All right, part 2 of this video. We got lucky and there's no cloud in the sky tonight, barring a little bit of haze along the horizon, which may make photography a bit of a challenge as haze tends to wash out detail. But we're gonna shoot Mars because it's the only planet that's in the sky until about 2 in the morning, and it sets at about midnight tonight in the west. So we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna get started trying to line the scope to the pole star, and we'll go from there. Okay, as luck would have it, it's all lined up now with minimum effort. Next comes the telescope itself. It's balanced. Okay, now that it's dark enough, I can actually use the spotter scope to sight Mars before I start using the main scope to do any more pronounced work. Once I've centered Mars in the spotter scope, I then have to use a more magnification objective lens to resolve the disk. I'm going to go to my lens box now. So this is the wide field lens I'm going to use to actually resolve Mars. Let's stick it in there right now. And what do you know? First try. Okay, I kind of figured that now we're going to have to film up close to the telescope, so I'm going to pull this off and give you show you what's in the viewfinder right now. Okay, you see that blurry dot in there? That's Mr. Planet. We're going to hook up the CCD and try to get a few shots. Here's a brief introduction to the camera control software called Maxim DL. It's got a camera control window, a screen stretch window, and that large blurry image you see there is actually the planet, but not focused yet. And it's an interesting effort to get the object you're trying to photograph into the center of the very restricted field of view of the CCD before you focus it. Okay, while I'm taking multiple exposures, I'm adjusting the focus to get that ring down to a point, and then I'm going to use various exposure times and settings to get an image which can then be processed later to extract detail. So here's about as good as I can get that focus to be when the optics on the scope are probably a little out of adjustment from being in storage in the garage for so long, plus the hazy conditions as I mentioned earlier. That little blob, I'm going to try and take a few shots and get something to show by the end of this video. So from here, the goal is to get about 1,000 different exposures using different exposure times, color settings, objective lenses, and filters so that you can get a nicely resolved disc with lots of detail, which you can then alter in post-processing by adjusting your light curve and screen stretch. Let's hope I get something I can use tonight so I can show you the final result.